Alright, fellow 90s kids, and those who just appreciate peak gaming, get ready to take a pixelated trip back to the golden era of video games. The 90s maybe were about dial-up internet, Tamagotchis, and questionable fashion choices. But they were also a time when gaming truly exploded into something magical. This was the decade of 16-bit masterpieces, the birth of 3D gaming, and franchises that still dominate the industry today. I mean, you were brawling in arcades, blowing into cartridges like your life depended on it, or spending hours trying to beat that one impossible level. The 90s had it all. They defined childhoods, ruined friendships over competitive matches, and made us feel like absolute legends when we finally beat that boss. So, let's count down the 20 best of the best 90s video games that will bring true nostalgia. And hey, before we jump in, don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment on your favorite 90s game, and subscribe for more retro gaming goodness.
This train is inbound from Level 3 dormitories to Sector C test labs and control facilities.
Half-Life, 1998. This groundbreaking first-person shooter thrusts players into the shoes of Gordon Freeman, a theoretical physicist at the Black Mesa Research Facility. An experiment goes horribly wrong, causing a resonance cascade that opens a portal to an alien dimension, unleashing hostile creatures into the facility. As Freeman, players must steer through the chaos, battling extraterrestrial threats and government soldiers sent to cover up the incident, all while solving complex puzzles to survive and uncover the truth behind the catastrophe. Players wield a diverse arsenal, from the iconic crowbar to experimental energy weapons, engaging in strategic firefights against a variety of enemies. The game eschews traditional cutscenes, instead using scripted in-game events to tell its story, keeping players immersed in its atmospheric world. Nostalgia floods in when recalling the first encounter with a headcrab leaping from the shadows, or the eerie silence of the abandoned research labs, broken only by the distant growls of unseen creatures. The seamless storyline, delivered without pulling players out of the action, was revolutionary at the time and set a new standard for storytelling in games. Revisiting Black Mesa, with its claustrophobic corridors and unexpected scares, transports players back to a time when gaming narratives were beginning to evolve, and the thrill of immersive storytelling was still a novel experience. Half-Life's influence is still felt today, and diving back into its world is like opening a time capsule to the late 90s gaming scene.
Failure again! Capture him!
Uh-oh!
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, 1996. This one is a classic platformer that introduced gamers to the zany world of Crash, a genetically enhanced Bandicoot on a mission to thwart the evil Dr. Neo Cortex and rescue his girlfriend Tawna. Set across the Wumpa Islands, players guide Crash through lush jungles, hazardous temples, and treacherous bridges, all while dodging enemies and obstacles in a quest to save the day. Players navigate linear levels filled with perilous jumps, spinning enemies, and the ever-satisfying crates to smash. Collecting Wumpa fruit and Aku Aku masks provides extra lives and protection. Nostalgia hits hard when reminiscing about the first time Crash's expressive face and quirky animations graced the screen. The vibrant graphics and catchy tunes created an immersive atmosphere that was groundbreaking for its time. The challenge of timing jumps perfectly, and the satisfaction of clearing a level without missing a single crate are memories etched in the hearts of 90s gamers. Revisiting Crash Bandicoot today is like slipping on a pair of well-worn sneakers, comfortable, familiar, and a reminder of the golden age of platformers. Super Mario World, 1991. Super Mario World catapulted players into the vibrant and whimsical dinosaur land, where Mario and Luigi embark on a quest to rescue Princess Peach from the clutches of the nefarious Bowser and his mischievous Koopalings. This adventure introduced us to Yoshi, the lovable egg-munching dinosaur companion who added a delightful twist to the classic Mario formula. The gameplay is a masterclass in platforming perfection. The introduction of the Cape Feather power-up allowed Mario to soar through the skies, adding a thrilling vertical dimension to the gameplay. Riding Yoshi not only provided an extra hit point, but also enabled players to gobble up foes and uncover hidden areas, enhancing the exploratory aspect of the game. And oh, the memories! Who could forget the first time they heard the cheerful overworld theme, or the satisfaction of uncovering a hidden exit leading to Star Road? The game's vibrant 16-bit graphics were a feast for the eyes, and its tight controls made every jump and spin feel just right. It's a timeless classic that continues to captivate players, reminding us of the pure joy of gaming in the 90s.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Metal Gear Solid, 1998. Metal Gear Solid is a stealth action masterpiece that thrusts players into the covert operations of Solid Snake, a retired operative pulled back into action to neutralize a nuclear threat from the renegade Foxhound unit. Set within the icy confines of Shadow Moses Island, Snake's mission is a high-stakes game of cat and mouse, demanding cunning, strategy, and a knack for staying unseen. Players must navigate complex environments, utilizing gadgets like the iconic cardboard box for concealment and the Soliton radar to monitor enemy movements. The game rewards patience and precision, encouraging players to avoid direct confrontations by sneaking past guards, deactivating security systems, and employing distraction techniques. Boss battles are ingeniously designed, often requiring players to think outside the box, most notably, the mind-bending encounter with Psycho Mantis, who seemingly reads the player's mind by commenting on their gaming habits and even manipulating the controller inputs. The atmospheric sound design, from the crunch of Snake's footsteps in the snow to the suspenseful alert tones when detected, created an immersive experience that was unparalleled at the time. Revisiting Metal Gear Solid today is like stepping back into a pivotal moment in gaming history, a time when storytelling and gameplay fused seamlessly to create an unforgettable adventure. Donkey Kong Country, 1994. Donkey Kong Country swung onto the scene, reintroducing gamers to the iconic ape in a whole new light. This time, Donkey Kong teams up with his nimble nephew Diddy Kong on a quest to reclaim their stolen banana hoard from the dastardly King K. Rool and his reptilian Kremling crew. Their adventure takes them through lush jungles, treacherous mines, and icy mountains, each brimming with challenges and secrets. Gameplay-wise, Donkey Kong Country is a side-scrolling platformer where players can switch between Donkey and Diddy, each offering unique abilities. Donkey's strength allows him to defeat tougher enemies, while Diddy's agility lets him navigate tricky terrains with ease. The game is packed with collectible items like bananas, KONG letters, and animal tokens, rewarding exploration and keen observation. Adding to the fun are animal buddies like Rambi the Rhino and Ingward the Swordfish, who assist in barreling through enemies and uncovering hidden areas. The groundbreaking pre-rendered 3D graphics were revolutionary for the SNES era. The atmospheric soundtrack, with its catchy jungle beats and serene underwater melodies, still resonates with players today. Memorable moments, like the adrenaline-pumping minecart levels and the satisfaction of discovering hidden bonus rooms, transport gamers back to a time when uncovering every secret was a badge of honor. Mortal Kombat, 1992. Mortal Kombat burst into arcades like a roundhouse kick to the face, introducing players to a high-stakes martial arts tournament with the fate of Earthrealm hanging in the balance. From the vengeful Spectre Scorpion to the determined Special Forces officer Sonya Blade, players choose their champion to confront the evil sorcerer Shang Tsung and his monstrous enforcer Goro. Gameplay is a visceral one-on-one fighting experience that set Mortal Kombat apart from its contemporaries. The finishing moves, which allow players to end matches with gruesome flair, became a hallmark of the series. The game also introduced the concept of juggling, where players could keep opponents airborne with successive hits, adding a strategic layer to the combat. The controversy surrounding the game's graphic violence only added to its allure, making it a must-play title among gamers seeking edgier content. Memorable moments, like successfully performing Scorpion's Get Over Here spear move or executing Sub-Zero's spine-ripping fatality, are etched into the memories of 90s gamers. Revisiting Mortal Kombat today is like stepping into a time machine, transporting players back to an era when arcade cabinets ruled and pulling off a fatality was the ultimate bragging right. The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, 1998. This game is an epic action-adventure that whisks players away to the enchanting land of Hyrule. You step into the boots of Link, a young boy from Kokiri Forest, destined to thwart the wicked sorcerer Ganondorf's plans to seize the Triforce, a sacred relic granting ultimate power. Armed with the mystical Ocarina of Time, Link embarks on a time-traveling quest, navigating treacherous dungeons, solving intricate puzzles, and forging alliances to awaken the Seven Sages and seal Ganondorf's malevolent ambitions. The innovative Z-targeting system revolutionized 3D combat, allowing for precise enemy targeting and dynamic movement during battles. Mastering the ocarina's melodies is crucial, as these tunes unlock secrets, alter time and weather, and facilitate teleportation across the expansive map. Who could forget the first time they pulled the Master Sword from its pedestal, only to find Link transformed into an adult, 7 years into a future under Ganondorf's tyranny? The haunting melodies of the Forest Temple, the thrill of horseback archery, or the heart-pounding duel with Dark Link. These moments are etched into the memories of gamers who experienced this masterpiece. The game's groundbreaking 3D graphics and immersive storytelling set a new standard, captivating players and leaving an indelible mark on the gaming landscape. Resident Evil, 1996. Resident Evil crept onto the gaming scene, plunging players into the eerie depths of the Spencer Mansion. You step into the roles of STARS members Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine, dispatched to investigate a series of bizarre murders on the outskirts of Raccoon City. Little do they know, the mansion is a labyrinthine death trap teeming with undead horrors and bioengineered monstrosities, all products of the sinister Umbrella Corporation's experiments. Gameplay is a nerve-wracking mix of survival horror and puzzle solving. Armed with limited ammo and scarce healing items, players must carefully manage resources while fending off zombies, mutant beasts, and other nightmarish creatures. The fixed camera angles and tank controls heighten the tension, making every corner a potential threat. Puzzles are intricately woven into the mansion's design, requiring players to find keys, decipher cryptic clues, and manipulate the environment to progress. The choice between Chris and Jill offers distinct experiences. Chris can take more damage and starts with a lighter, while Jill has a larger inventory and a lockpick, altering how players approach the mansion's challenges. Nostalgia floods in when recalling the game's atmospheric design, the creaking doors, haunting silence, and sudden scares that kept players on edge. The infamous dog-through-the-window moment is etched into gaming history as one of the most startling scares of its time. The cheesy yet endearing voice acting, including lines like, "You were almost a Jill sandwich," adds a charming B-movie vibe that fans fondly remember. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, 1997. Symphony of the Night flipped the script on traditional platformers, inviting players into the gothic halls of Dracula's castle as Alucard, the rebellious son of the infamous vampire. Waking from a deep slumber, Alucard embarks on a mission to confront his father and put an end to his dark reign. Along the way, he encounters a cast of intriguing characters, including the enigmatic Maria Renard and the bewitched vampire hunter Richter Belmont, all while unraveling the mysteries lurking within the castle's labyrinthine corridors. Ditching the linear paths of its predecessors, Symphony of the Night offers a sprawling, non-linear adventure that encourages exploration and discovery. Players traverse interconnected rooms, uncovering hidden passages, secret rooms, and powerful upgrades that enhance Alucard's abilities. The introduction of RPG mechanics, such as experience points and leveling up, adds depth to the gameplay, rewarding players for thorough exploration and combat prowess. The thrill of discovering the inverted castle, a mind-bending twist that effectively doubles the game's content, left players in awe, cementing Symphony of the Night as a groundbreaking title. Its distinctive art style, memorable boss battles, and the iconic line, "What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets," have all become etched in gaming history. Revisiting this classic is like opening a time capsule to an era where innovation and creativity reigned supreme, offering an experience that remains as enchanting today as it was decades ago. Street Fighter II, 1991. This one punched its way into arcades, revolutionizing the fighting game genre and becoming a cultural phenomenon. Players could choose from 8 distinct fighters, each hailing from different parts of the globe, bringing their unique fighting styles and special moves to the ring. From Ryu's disciplined Shotokan karate to Chun-Li's lightning-fast kicks, the diverse roster offered a rich tapestry of characters that captivated players. The gameplay was a knockout, introducing a 6-button control scheme that allowed for a variety of punches and kicks, each varying in strength and speed. This setup enabled players to execute intricate combos and special moves, like the iconic Hadouken and Sonic Boom. The competitive 2-player mode was a game-changer, fostering head-to-head battles that became the heart of the arcade experience. The introduction of the combo system, where players could chain together attacks, added depth and strategy, setting a new standard for future fighting games. The game's vibrant stages, each reflecting the home country of its fighter, and the unforgettable soundtrack are etched into the memories of 90s gamers. Street Fighter II didn't just challenge our reflexes, it brought people together, turning local arcades into battlegrounds of skill and bragging rights. Revisiting this classic today is like stepping back into a bustling arcade, quarters lined up on the cabinet, ready to claim the next match. Gran Turismo, 1997. Gran Turismo zoomed onto the OG PlayStation scene, redefining racing games with its unparalleled realism. Developed by Polyphony Digital, this real driving simulator offered players an extensive roster of over 140 meticulously detailed cars and 11 diverse tracks, and the gameplay was a gearhead's dream come true. Players could dive into 2 main modes, arcade and simulation. In arcade mode, you could jump right into the action, selecting your favorite cars and tracks for some quick thrills. But the real magic happened in simulation mode. Here, you started with modest funds, purchased entry-level vehicles, and earned licenses by passing driving tests to unlock more challenging races. Winning races awarded credits, which you could use to buy new cars or upgrade your existing ones with performance parts, tweaking everything from suspension to gear ratios. This level of customization and progression was unprecedented at the time, offering a deep and rewarding experience that kept players hooked for hours. Nostalgia sure kicks in when recalling the first time you watched a replay of your race, marveling at the realistic car models and physics that were groundbreaking for the era. The sensation of fine-tuning your car to perfection, shaving seconds off your lap time, and finally clinching that elusive championship was pure bliss. Gran Turismo was a rite of passage for 90s gamers, igniting a passion for cars and racing that still burns today. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 1992. This game took the Sega Genesis by storm, taking the Blue Blur's high-speed antics to exhilarating new heights. This time, Sonic teams up with Miles Tails Prower, his trusty two-tailed fox sidekick, to thwart the dastardly Dr. Robotnik's latest scheme, collecting the Chaos Emeralds to power his menacing space station, the Death Egg. Together, they race through a series of vibrant zones, each brimming with unique challenges and enemies, all in a bid to save the world from mechanized mayhem. The gameplay is a turbocharged thrill ride that builds upon the original's foundation. Players dash through expansive, multi-tiered levels, collecting golden rings, bouncing off springboards, and looping through dizzying tracks. The introduction of the spin dash move allows Sonic to rev up and launch into action from a standstill. Special stages, accessed by passing checkpoints with 50 or more rings, whisk players into a pseudo-3D half-pipe where they must collect rings and dodge bombs to secure the coveted Chaos Emeralds. Gather all 7, and Sonic can transform into the invincible Super Sonic, blazing through stages with enhanced speed and a golden glow. The addition of Tails not only provided a fun co-op experience but also deepened the game's charm, as players could tackle stages together or let Tails tag along, controlled by the AI. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, 1999. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater kickflipped its way into the gaming world, bringing the adrenaline-fueled world of skateboarding to our living room. Players could step into the scuffed-up shoes of legendary skaters like Tony Hawk, Bob Burnquist, and Kareem Campbell, each boasting their own signature moves and styles. The game didn't just let you skate, it let you live the skate culture, from grinding down handrails to pulling off gravity-defying tricks in iconic locations. Players navigated through diverse levels, from bustling urban landscapes to deserted warehouses, each packed with opportunities to showcase their trick arsenal. The controls were tight and responsive, making it a breeze to string together combos of flips, grabs, and grinds. The career mode challenged players to complete objectives like achieving high scores, collecting hidden tapes, and performing specific tricks, all within a ticking 2-minute timer. Multiplayer modes like Graffiti and Trick Attack turned friendly hangouts into heated skate-offs, adding endless replayability. The thrill of nailing that elusive trick after countless attempts, the joy of unlocking new skate decks and gear, and the pure fun of exploring every nook and cranny of the meticulously designed levels are memories that still resonate with gamers today. Revisiting Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is like dusting off an old skateboard. Sure, you might be a bit rusty, but the excitement and freedom come rushing back instantly.
What's a man gotta do to get that kind of attention from you?
It's hard to say exactly, but you seem to be doing fine.
Well, great.
Tomb Raider, 1996. Tomb Raider swung into the gaming scene, introducing players to the intrepid archaeologist Lara Croft. Hired by the enigmatic Jacqueline Natla, Lara embarks on a globe-trotting quest to unearth the Scion, an ancient artifact with mysterious powers. From the snow-capped mountains of Peru to the sun-drenched sands of Egypt, Lara navigates treacherous tombs, deciphers ancient puzzles, and confronts both wild creatures and nefarious foes, all while unraveling a plot that could reshape history. Players guide Lara through expansive 3D environments, utilizing her acrobatic prowess to leap across chasms, scale walls, and evade deadly traps. Armed initially with her signature dual pistols, Lara's arsenal expands to include shotguns, magnums, and Uzis, each essential for dispatching the game's diverse array of enemies, from ferocious animals to supernatural entities. The game's design emphasizes non-linear exploration, encouraging players to scour every nook and cranny for hidden secrets and valuable artifacts. Puzzles are intricately woven into the environment, often requiring players to manipulate ancient mechanisms, align symbols, or find keys to progress deeper into the labyrinthine levels. The sense of isolation and discovery was unparalleled, making each new area a tantalizing mystery waiting to be uncovered. The game's groundbreaking 3D graphics and fluid character animations were revolutionary at the time, setting a new standard for action-adventure titles. Doom, 1993. Doom didn't just step onto the gaming scene, it kicked the door down, chainsaw in hand, and redefined what it meant to be an action game. You play as an unnamed space marine, often dubbed Doom Guy by fans, stationed on Mars. After a teleportation experiment goes horribly wrong, gateways to hell open on the Martian moons, Phobos and Deimos, unleashing a horde of demons. Armed with an arsenal of weapons, from the trusty shotgun to the devastating BFG 9000, it's up to you to blast through the legions of hell and save humanity. The gameplay is a heart-pounding blend of fast-paced shooting and maze-like exploration. Players navigate through intricately designed levels, each teeming with demonic enemies, secret areas, and keycards needed to progress. The game's 2.5D graphics engine was revolutionary at the time, creating an immersive pseudo-3D environment that felt both expansive and claustrophobic. Multiplayer modes, including cooperative and deathmatch, were groundbreaking, allowing friends to team up or face off over local networks, setting the stage for the online multiplayer experiences we cherish today. The thrill of discovering a hidden cache of ammo or stumbling upon a secret passage added layers of excitement and replayability. The modding community embraced Doom with fervor, creating custom levels and total conversions that kept the game fresh and challenging.
This mythical story of conflict, betrayal, and triumph like never before.
Final Fantasy VII, 1997. Final Fantasy VII stormed onto the PlayStation, redefining the role-playing genre and capturing the hearts of gamers worldwide. You step into the spiky-haired shoes of Cloud Strife, a brooding mercenary with a mysterious past. Initially hired by the eco-terrorist group Avalanche to sabotage the sinister Shinra Corporation's Mako reactors, Cloud's journey spirals into a globe-trotting adventure. Alongside a diverse cast, including the spirited Aerith, fierce Tifa, and enigmatic Vincent, Cloud confronts the enigmatic and silver-haired Sephiroth, whose twisted ambitions threaten the very fabric of their world. Gameplay is a rich tapestry of strategic turn-based combat, exploration, and character customization. The active time battle, ATB system keeps players on their toes, requiring timely decisions to unleash attacks, cast spells, or summon mighty entities like Ifrit and Bahamut. The materia system offers deep customization, allowing players to equip magical orbs that grant abilities and spells, enabling a myriad of combat strategies. Exploring the expansive world map reveals hidden treasures, side quests, and mini-games, from chocobo racing to snowboarding, adding layers of depth to the immersive experience. The game's polygonal characters against pre-rendered backgrounds were groundbreaking, bringing a cinematic quality that was unprecedented. The sprawling narrative, filled with twists, emotional highs and lows, and profound themes of identity and loss, resonated deeply with players. GoldenEye 007, 1997. GoldenEye 007 burst onto the Nintendo 64 scene, redefining first-person shooters and setting a new standard for movie-to-game adaptations. Stepping into the suave shoes of James Bond, players embark on a mission to thwart a criminal syndicate's plan to use a satellite weapon known as GoldenEye. The game closely follows the plot of the 1995 film, taking you through a series of covert operations, high-stakes infiltrations, and intense firefights across various international locales. The gameplay is a masterclass in blending action with strategy. Each level presents a set of objectives that range from recovering vital intelligence to sabotaging enemy operations. Players can approach missions with guns blazing or employ stealth tactics, utilizing Bond's signature gadgets to silently dispatch foes and avoid detection. The game's innovative AI reacts to your actions, making each encounter unpredictable and engaging. But the real game-changer was the split-screen multiplayer mode, where up to 4 players could engage in frantic deathmatches, leading to countless hours of competitive camaraderie. The iconic Klob submachine gun, despite its notorious inaccuracy, became a beloved staple in multiplayer mayhem. The game's atmospheric soundtrack, coupled with its faithful recreation of the Bond universe, immersed players in a cinematic experience like no other. Resident Evil 2, 1998. This sequel took the survival horror genre to spine-chilling new heights. Set in the doomed Raccoon City, the game lets you step into the shoes of rookie cop Leon S. Kennedy or the determined Claire Redfield, each embarking on a harrowing quest to uncover the sinister secrets behind a devastating zombie outbreak. Their intertwined stories reveal a web of bioweapons, corporate malfeasance, and personal vendettas that keep players on the edge of their seats. As you navigate the eerie corridors of the Raccoon City Police Department and other ominous locales, you're constantly balancing the urge to explore with the need to survive. Ammo is scarce, health items are limited, and every corner could conceal a lurking horror. Puzzles are cleverly integrated, requiring keen observation and critical thinking to progress, all while the ever-present threat of undead adversaries looms large. It sure is nostalgic recalling the first nerve-wracking encounter with the relentless Licker, or the dread-inducing footsteps of the tyrant, known to fans as Mr. X. The atmospheric pre-rendered backgrounds, combined with a hauntingly evocative soundtrack, create an immersive experience that lingers long after the screen fades to black. The character-driven narrative, bolstered by memorable voice acting and cinematic cutscenes, elevates the storytelling to a level rarely seen in games of that era.
When several people connected with developing the town died in accidents, people said it was a curse. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I'll shut up.
Silent Hill, 1999. In Silent Hill, you assume the role of Harry Mason, an everyman searching for his missing adopted daughter, Cheryl, in the eerie, fog-shrouded town of Silent Hill. As Harry delves deeper into the town's mysteries, he confronts grotesque creatures, uncovers a sinister cult's machinations, and grapples with a reality that continually shifts between a deserted town and a nightmarish otherworld of rust and decay. The game's innovative use of fog and darkness not only masked hardware limitations, but also heightened the sense of dread and uncertainty. Players navigate through various locations, including a school, hospital, and amusement park, filled with cryptic puzzles and menacing entities. Harry's limited combat abilities and scarce resources compel players to choose between fight or flight, amplifying the tension. The absence of a traditional heads-up display and reliance on ambient audio cues, like the static of a portable radio signaling nearby enemies, further immerse players in the unsettling atmosphere. Nostalgia washes over those who recall the first time they heard the haunting melodies composed by Akira Yamaoka. or encountered the unsettling industrial soundscapes that defined the game's audio design. The psychological depth, influenced by the works of David Lynch, and the game's emphasis on atmosphere over overt scares, set it apart from contemporaries. Parasite Eve, 1998. In Parasite Eve, you step into the shoes of Aya Brea, a rookie NYPD officer attending an opera at Carnegie Hall on Christmas Eve. Things take a wild turn when the audience spontaneously combusts, leaving Aya as the sole survivor. This fiery catastrophe sets the stage for a 6-day showdown against a sinister entity named Eve, who's hell-bent on triggering a mitochondrial apocalypse. Gameplay is a slick mix of real-time exploration and pausable combat. As you navigate the eerily deserted streets of Manhattan, you'll encounter twisted creatures born from Eve's horrific experiments. Combat lets you move freely within an area, dodging attacks until your active time bar fills up, allowing you to strike back with firearms or unleash parasite energy. Aya's unique powers that can heal or wreak havoc on foes. Tinkering with weapons and armor adds a strategic layer, letting you customize your gear to suit your playstyle. And let's not overlook the thrill of unraveling a story that fuses science and horror, keeping players on the edge of their seats. Revisiting Parasite Eve today is like opening a time capsule to an era where games dared to experiment, delivering a unique experience that still resonates with fans. And that, my friends, was a full-blown nostalgia overload. The 90s weren't just a time of baggy jeans, cassette tapes, and dial-up internet struggles. They were an era of pure gaming brilliance. If you spent hours exploring Hyrule, rage-quitting in a Mortal Kombat battle, or accidentally deleting your friend's Pokémon save file, RIP to all those lost Charizards, these games hold a special place in our hearts. The crazy part? So many of these classics still hold up. You can boot up a copy of Super Mario 64 or Final Fantasy VII today and still be blown away. That's the true power of 90s gaming. It was a foundation for everything that came after. Now, I gotta ask, which of these legendary games hit you right in the nostalgia? Did we miss one of your favorites? Drop a comment below. Let's get a retro gaming debate going. And if you love this walk down memory lane, hit that like button, subscribe for more throwback gaming content, and ring that bell so you never miss out on the best gaming lists and deep dives. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, I gotta go dust off my old PlayStation and relive the magic myself. Game on, legends.